Go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Mark Salvia. I'm with Hubbard Bird, the Division of Public International. And our firm has been your benefit consultants for the last 6-7 years, thereabouts. And what I'm going to go over this morning is a little bit about your benefits other than healthcare, your group life insurance, your vision, and your dental plan. As I'm sure many of you are aware, now is the time for open enrollment. If you're not in a vision or dental plan, it's your opportunity to join those plans. And I believe that the life insurance is also it's a benefit that's available. Is it 90 days after employment, guys?
All of it is the first of the month after 60 days.
First of the month following 60 days. Okay. Let's talk about the life insurance, group life insurance. The employer supplies this for all employees, and it's a term insurance benefit. In the event of your death, it will pay a level of benefits, which I'll go over in a second here, to your beneficiaries. Let me talk about beneficiary benefit. Okay, it's your responsibility to make sure that your beneficiary is always caught up to date. Okay, with the employer. If you get married or get divorced or there's a beneficiary passes away, please make sure you come to the Human Resources, Kristen, and they have a form you can fill out a new one. You can leave anybody you like as a beneficiary, and please make sure that that's up to date. But I can't tell you the number of times in our offices that unfortunately, death benefits are left to former spouses, which turns into a real mess. As bad as I can get about that to show you what can happen if you don't do that. It's also not a very good idea to leave the beneficiary to children, dependent children under the age of 18. Typically, what the court will do is assign a trustee for those kids. And the trustee sometimes charges a fee to manage those funds for the kids. If you do have children, please leave the beneficiary to a guardian, your sister, your brother, your parents, what have you. Works out better. But please make sure you keep your beneficiary up to date. Anyhow, the life insurance, and by the way, we're going to have the sheet sent out to you, just kind of outlining what I'm going to talk about this morning. The life insurance, if you have 0 to 2 years of service, the employer will provide 1 times your earnings to you, and then if you have 3+ years of service, 2 times earnings. So it's very simple. Figure out your earnings times 2, round it to the closest $1,000, and that would be your death benefit, your death. This is 24-hour coverage. Okay, you don't have to be at work if anything would happen. However, it does terminate the day that you retire or leave the company. So it's kind of it's like a sentence. It's called term insurance. There is, for anybody that's 1 time or 2 times earnings would exceed $50,000, there is a potential for some taxes to be charged to you for this benefit. The IRS allows the first $50,000, okay, without any extra compensation or payments to them for taxes. So, as an example, and you'll see on the sheet here, if you're 30 years old and your death benefit at say 2 times earnings is $75,000, the first $50,000 is non-taxable. The next $25,000 for a 30-year-old, your W-2, a $24 addition will be added to your W-2, and you should pay about $6 tax, okay, for the year for that. So you're not going to pay the tax or the amount. You're going to pay the tax on the amount. So in that case, if you again are 30 years old and your death benefit is $75,000, it's going to cost you about $6 out of your take-home pay per year. It's a pretty darn good deal, as you can imagine. And this goes by age, so the older you are, the more they're going to take out of your pay for anything amount over $50,000. If, for another example, if you're 50 years old and your death benefit is $75,000, 2 times your earnings. Okay, the first 50 is free. The next 25,000. Okay, there's about a $70. Okay, $69 amount will be added to your W-2, and you pay the tax on that amount. Or in this example, about $17, 17 and a quarter, thereabouts per year. Still a pretty darn good deal. So I wouldn't be too worried about it, too intimidated by that. It's still pretty darn good coverage. But don't forget the employer's paying for the entire premium for you, and you do just have to pay the tax in the amount over $50,000. If you decide you don't want to do that, we also had a category that you could sign up for. If your benefits over $50,000, you could say, you know what, I don't want anything more than $50,000. You could just take the flat $50,000. You need to let human resources know. The vision plan, and I'm just trying to stay kind of pretty basic on these things. The vision plan is offered through Davis Vision, and it's a typical vision plan. I like to try to summarize vision pretty simply. If you have an exam, this with a $10 copayment, you'll get an eye exam based on every 12 months actually. Okay, and so we encourage you to do that for your benefit. There's a list of optometrists that are participating under Davis that you need to go to. And with a $10 copayment, they'll do your typical eye exam for you. From that, I always try to make things very practical from vision. One of two things will happen from there. They'll either tell you to go home because your eyes are great, or they're going to need you to sign up or to get some type of corrective measure, contact lenses, frames, lenses, etc. And your benefit grid will describe those. There's partial payments towards the cost of frames and towards the cost of lenses and contact lenses. So you'll find that for a typical pair of glasses, it will pay a good portion, not 100%. So if you sign up for a fashion type frame, there's going to be a couple bucks out of your pocket. But the optometrists, the dispensing places, can tell you what your vision plan will pay for and allow you to walk out pretty much without any cost to yourself. For instance, but frames, for instance, are available every 2 years, okay, and contact lenses every year. Typically, the disposable are the most popular, and there's allowance for that. The dental plan is through Delta Dental, and there's a grid that has 2 different features to it, 2 different levels of benefit. First of all, Delta has a PPO network, Preferred Provider Organization Network, which is your best option, okay, under the dental plan. That pays the best benefits. It pays 100% for diagnostic preventative, 100% for basic billings, endodontics, root canals, those fun things, periodontics, okay, 100%, major services, which are just like it sounds, crowns, inlays, restorations, bridges, bridge repair, 60%, and even has an orthodontic benefit. Those, as you can imagine, at 100%, 60% are the highest level of benefits. In order to get those benefit levels, you need to visit a dentist, which is a PPO Delta dentist. You'll find that list in your intranet under the Delta category. By the way, all these benefit grids are all in your, I guess you guys call it Loop. Okay, Loop. Okay. I have an old sheet here that says internet. Okay. But the Loop. So if you check the Loop, okay, you're going to find the dental grids and also the network. I'm going to give you a little tip on this because sometimes what sounds one way is a different way, okay? There's another group of dentists called Premier that Delta has, and you would think Premier sounds like the preferred group. It's not, okay? If you go to a Delta dentist that only participates with the Premier network, next to the grid for the PPO are benefits and levels, okay, that the Premier dentist would get paid. And I can tell you, if you go to a Premier dentist, it will cost you more money out of your pocket. So when you go on to benefit Delta's website, you're going to see PPO and you're going to see Premier. You want to make sure that the dentist that you're going to see is under the PPO network to get the best benefit levels. Many of the dentists participate with both PPO and Premier. Some dentists only participate with Premier. In any event, you're going to receive a benefit, but for instance, as an example, fillings under the PPO are covered at 100%, and under the Premier, they're covered at 80%, so you have a little bit more out of your pocket. In any event, during the course of the year, you will be entitled to, you or your beneficiaries, whoever you signed up for, entitled to $1,200 per year of benefit paid by the insurance plan, okay, per year. Now, that the diagnostic and preventative services benefit does not count towards that $1,200. So it's a really nice plan. It's a nice coverage for you. And that benefit starts every year. So if you yourself and your spouse owner, each one of you have $1,200. If a child or two, each one of those kids also has $1,200. But again, I think most of you, because you've been in this plan for a while, if you're new, you might want to check this out. Okay, check out the in the loop, okay, the benefits, check out the network, okay. Always, just like the medical plan, always the benefits, okay, are better in network rather than out of network. Questions, okay, if you would please, I know this is not interactive because I'm here for yakking. Okay, but Kristen, if you would email Kristen with any questions about the life insurance, vision, or dental, she'll get this to us in our office, and we'll respond back to you via email. Now we'll call you on the phone and get you caught up. So I'm going to turn this over to Matt Potosnik, who's going to talk a little bit about the healthcare plan in a second here. But before I do, you know, our firm is BAI. Okay, some of you know this as that, some of you know this as Hubbard Birds, all kinds of names. Bottom line is we have a whole group of people sitting there ready to help you. Okay, we not only show up every year and do things for healthcare and pricing and cost, et cetera, for the gang, for your gang here, but we also encourage you to use our customer service and other things that we have going on down there. Obviously, you can get a hold of Kristen or Delight or anybody in Human Resources, but a lot of times they don't have your stuff in front of there, so they have to call us anyhow. So you just give us a call at BAI, 453-3633. That's our number. You can tell them you're with Lakeshore Community Services, and you'll get somebody that can help you with either your dental, your medical. Sometimes it's very simple, you know, is this prescription covered, or my child's out of town, can I get another ID card? All thousands of different reasons that things come up in healthcare. But we have customer service people. We prefer you call us rather than the insurance carrier. UPMC has a great customer service group, but we have folks also at our office right in Erie that can help you walk through and help you get through some medical stuff. So please, I put this on video so you can remember the number and remember me saying it. So anyhow, with that, I'm going to turn this over to Matt Potosnik, my associate. He's going to talk about a few different things like change the medical plan July 1st. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Matt Potosnik. I work at Hub International, Hubbard Berg, alongside Mark Salvia. I'm a benefits consultant with the firm. I'm here to talk about the medical coverage and the prescription drug coverage. So let's start with the medical coverage. There is no changes to the benefits in regards to deductibles. There is no change in regards to co-insurance. There is no change in regards to co-pays. There is no change in regards to your ER copay. And the benefits are still handled on the medical with UPMC Health Plan. In regards to your RX benefits, so your prescription drug coverage. Prescription drug coverage copays will not be changing. They are also staying the same. However, the prescription drug vendor will be changing. Right now, your prescription drug coverage is with UPMC Health Plan. That will be moving and changing August 1st to RX benefits. Good news is there is no change to your copays, and there is a very minimal change in regards to prescription drug coverage and medications you're receiving. However, if a prescription drug is no longer going to be covered with RX benefits, you will be receiving a notification in the mail. And that notification will give you all the steps that you need to get a different drug, an alternative medication for whatever you're taking the drug for. It will help you, it will tell you exactly what to do in regards to working with your doctor, prescription drug alternatives, everything. So please, if you are going to be, if the drug is no longer going to be covered, you'll be receiving something in the mail. However, that is only a handful of prescription medication. This all will be starting August 1st with RX benefits. What that means is you'll be receiving a separate ID card in the mail from RX benefits. Good news about this is usually when you go to the prescription, when you utilize your prescription drug plan at the pharmacy, you give them the ID card one time, then your benefits are loaded in the system. And every time you get a new prescription, you go to refill one and you use the same pharmacy, you no longer need the ID card anymore. Also, most pharmacies can look up your prescription drug benefits using your Social Security number as well. All the major chains can do that. So if for some reason you didn't have your ID card on you, they should be able to pull up your benefits using your Social Security number. This all starts August 1st. I highly, highly recommend everybody to get the prescription drugs filled at the end of July. And then also we will be providing communications through to your HR team to distribute everything in regards to the prescription drug changes. Two other things I want to speak about. First one is telemedicine. In case you don't know about it, you do have telemedicine coverage on the medical plan. It is through UPMC. On the benefit grid, it is listed as a virtual visit. And you have 3 levels of telemedicine coverage: on demand, PCP, and specialist coverage. On demand is basically an urgent care that can be administered virtually. That means if you live in an area where there is not a lot, where you have to travel to get to an emergency room, or you have to travel to go see a family doctor, you use the virtual visit feature through the benefits to access that care, so you don't have to travel. If for some reason your doctor's office is closed and it's the weekend, instead of going to the emergency room or trying to wait to see your doctor, you can utilize the virtual visit option. So it's a great alternative to the emergency room. Anything that can be done through urgent care can be done through the virtual visits. If your family doctor that is with UPMC offers virtual visits, you can see them that way too. Copays still apply the same way it would if you walked into the office. So we highly, highly encourage everybody to utilize the telemedicine benefit there for you. It's a great alternative to the emergency room. And just to echo Mark Salvia's comments in regards to our customer service that we offer at our agency. So because you have UPMC Health Plan covering the medical and you have RX benefits covering prescription drug, you still can call our phone number, one number, to handle both of those benefits. Another point to make about our customer service is you get a live person. So when you call, there is no automated system. Phone, you tell them you want to speak to the customer service rep, they will forward you to the customer service rep. They will handle whatever issue you have from the start until the end of it and work directly with the carriers to get everything resolved. You will also be working with the same customer service rep when you call for whatever issue you're calling. You won't have to explain to multiple customer service reps what your issue is every time you call. That is all I have. If there's any questions in regards to the medical or prescription drug, please reach out to your HR department. They will be in touch with us and we'll be able to provide you with whatever. Thank you.